love the smell of a fresh invasion in the afternoon. Well met, Tarnished. CTM here once again, this time with some level 20 dexterity focused invasions. If you recall from my previous invasion video, I was rocking level 10 and I was doing strength with fire infused weaponry. This time we are using a lightning infused S-stock in the main hand and a keen rapier in the offhand. Why is it not lightning as well? Well, you'll see that in a short bit, but right now, just know that I am getting my ass whooped for a second there, because that host was spamming the shit out of his L1. Yes, I said L1, I play via PS4 right now, not PS5 unfortunately, and not my PC. Just doing a little bit of spacing in between my attacks. So the way that this build is set up, it's just a lot more, a good amount of vigor and some endurance. I think that was piercing how that was on that host's weapon. I think, if I remember correctly, he's using double Noble S-stock, or Noble's Rapier, whatever the actual name of it is. I just know Noble's in it. And its Phantom is using the Bloodhound's Fang. I think it's Fang. It's been a little bit. I haven't been working too much on invasions lately. I did a stream of it recently, but I was actually just going in there fighting. I don't remember weapons at the moment. I apologize for that. This host has been L1 happy the entire time. Like I don't blame him. You power stancing out in this game, it's a lot of fun. And obviously that's what I'm doing right now with my builds in particular. I prefer, and as you can see, my rapier on the Optan is keen, but it's got the Assassin's Gambit Asheira on there. Also, I'm over trying to free aim some thunderbolts. Not working out too well, but we managed to get the kill regardless. On to the next invasion. As I was previously stating, the build is currently just a lightning infused S-stock on right hand, a keen rapier in the offhand. I have a Misericord in the back, as well as my trusty composites. It's either called combat bow or composite bow. Again, I can't remember right now. Regardless, the stats for this is mainly just a bit more HP and endurance, because I'm still relatively low level. 20 is, you're not really going to be getting too much out of most weapons that are on this level. It's not like Dark Souls 3 where you had raw infusions, so you kind of actually have to worry a bit about your base level, your base damage, as well as your scaling. Against this particular duo, we had another Bloodhound's Fang, but the Phantom was using the golden halberd that you get from the Tree Sentinel to start. It's also bouncing between some bestial incantations and at least one Dragon Claw, which was beating my ass once again. Those stones were keeping me stone locked quite well, so I wasn't prepared for a fight like that, unfortunately. Right on into next invasion, Pick a Pool. I believe this was, the host was using Greatsword and Shield. The Phantom was using an Uggs. I don't remember exactly which. Oh no, not in this game. It's Colossal Greatsword, not Uggs, not a Ultra Greatsword, which is still fine. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, hopefully at least. So I believe they had a bubble active, so that was this phantom mostly knew what he was doing. He was going for the quick crouch pokes quite a bit. He also was doing a few crouchings, jump attacks, a lot of them actually, but he was fat rolling unfortunately. And I believe I also heard, I thought the host was doing the storm howl. Me and the Phantom were trying to go for a bow off for a little bit there, but he didn't last for very long because like both of us knew what was going on there. Yeah, the fat rolling was not working out in his favor, unfortunately. And then there's the host just crouching a bunch for the cinematics in the back. Props to the host. Oh, the host decided to jump into the fray at the last second. I guess because their summon was starting to lose ground, I suppose. I wasn't exactly certain as to why they jumped in, but they to each their own. For the most part, the build was relatively straightforward once again, except for because of the fact that I have Assassin's Gambit now. The plan of action was mainly to use Gambit outside of combat to try and figure out what's going on, what's my situation. Didn't have really an opportunity to pop it for this particular fight or the last one. I probably should have popped it for the last one, but didn't really think about it at the time. Just take out the... Why did I pop it then? I don't remember why, but I popped it for some reason. I think I wanted to try and play around a little bit with this host, but it didn't work out because he was still in range to be able to catch eye on me. I started backing away because I was trying to see if the host would still would try to heal, which it looks. I don't think I realized it until just then that the host was on his last leg. So, as you can see, my Sarah is infused for lightning. I did manage to get to Langdell, and I was able to get in far enough to where I was able to pick up the Sanctified Wetblade. So I gave my Misericord the parry Ash of War and infused it for lightning, because I was trying to learn how to parry. It wasn't working out too well in my particular instance. I was never really one for parries too much unless it was DS3's Katana parry or the Saestus parry, which I don't even know if the Saestus still is able to parry in this. I'm gonna have to check that out later. I think I bought one, that or the spiked one. I'll have to look into that. But to my knowledge, right now it's not able to do it. But my persistence was just winning for the kill, be able to take on that host, and there we go. I also sent off a bow to the dead Phantom. Alright, last invasion of the video. I have a few more saved up elsewhere, but what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to leave those because they weren't as there wasn't as much of interest in those in comparison to the ones that I am writing for you guys right now. And I'm also going to be editing a live stream for this build as well, so we look forward to that. It's going to be, so this video in particular is going to be part 1. In the stream video, the edited stream will be part 2 basically. So I was expecting a 2v1 here, but it looks like the host and his summon had different ideas. Host was rocking the Bloodhounds again. Went straight in for the weapon art, so not too... Oh, he's actually swapping around between both running attack and the weapon, the Ash of War as well. So I was surprised by that. The host summon is actually hanging back. So I guess he was wanting the host to, I guess, learn the ins and outs of PvP. I went up front to try and I guess I was teabagging the ghost, the ghost, what? No, the goat. I was either trying to teabag or pay respect to the goat that just died. I'm not too certain. I don't remember what I was doing in that regard, but host is getting a little bit of practice against me, I suppose. I guess this is what this ended up becoming. It was a practice session for the host, which I was just as much fine for. The summon apparently had that notion to have the host try to figure out how to deal with an invader, so he starts dropping off a few parries, so I flip out to my Misericord and start spamming a couple parries as well. He ended up having a few Bloodhound finesses as well for some reason. Blue stocked back up. He starts throwing things at me. How dare you, sir? I have an arrow to the chest now. Yeah. He was also using the counter attack from when you block an attack. So he was getting a good understanding as to how the controls were working at very least. So that's always a good sign. Even if I win or lose, if somebody gains a little bit more knowledge out of the fight, not just me as well, for like how I should have done things, or I should have gone for this attack instead. If my opponent learns some things as well from the air encounter, then
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I just realized. Well, I didn't realize just now, but at that time I realized, oh, I probably should have backed up. Leapfrog ended up getting me, but oh well. Gotta pay attention to those things, so that's one of the things that you need to learn. So, I hope you guys were able to enjoy yourselves. Be on the lookout for part 2, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.